Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy B Lee here with another video. Today I'm doing something a little different. You know, I got the homie with me, Gary Taylor, aka Trey. You know, that's the homie. We go way back. Probably, I was in high school. I was like 18 when I met this cat. This dude, you know, got his bachelor's in BCU for psychology, got his master's in social work from George Mason University. He's an author, husband, father, mental health advocate, car enthusiast, deacon. I think I'm missing something because this dude's rap sheet is long. Am I missing something?
I think you did author?
Yeah, I got author.
Okay, I think you got everything. A good snapshot, a good synopsis. It's a lot. Yes, I understand.
Yeah, man. So how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
First of all, I feel amazing. How about you? You all right?
I'm hanging in there. You know me, man. I just be here and
You be here. You be existing.
Yeah, I be existing, and you the one that gotta knock me upside my head every few hours.
Don't tell everybody that, man. Might, you know what I'm saying? They might put me on the review at the board for that, man. But hey, hold up, and don't ever introduce me as your homie and say that my name is, you know, and refer to me as Gary.
But I gotta. I mean, for people who don't know you,
it's my homie Gary. Like that don't really float right, man.
But for the people who don't know, like people that's gonna see this, they're gonna be like, okay, that's Trey. But the people who don't know you, they were like, okay, his real name is Gary, and they call him Trey.
Oh, man. Whatever. It is what it is. Nah, you good. I'm messing with you. Yes, Gary Trey Taylor. Please call me Trey. All right. Only call me Gary if you send the invoices. Thank you.
I am weak right now. So we're here today because, like 2-3 months ago, we closed out, you know, this project. Me, you, and our boy Kenny put together. You know, it's the OG Sneakerhead Chronicles. Mm-hmm. We closed that out, I believe, the last week of May?
Yeah, last week of May going into June. Mm-hmm.
And in between that time, a lot has happened, so we didn't really get a chance to really process the project as far as like closing it out and basically just speaking on it. Mm-hmm. Because so much has been going on, you know, protests, rallies, et cetera. Plus we got COVID, that mess going on. So I feel like now is the perfect time to really talk about the project and how it came about and what it meant. And is this a start of something?
Yeah, absolutely. The OG Sneakerhead Chronicles, man, it was birthed out of one, we're gonna probably address, because I think there's been a lot of confusion as to far as what the actual Chronicles was about. Mm-hmm. And then, like, you know what I'm saying, I think a lot of people thought that it was just almost like us competing with who got the hot, you know, the most heat, well, you know, who got the best collection. And it was a whole different direction on why we started the Chronicles. You know, me and Kenny had a conversation. Shout out to Kenny Bunny, Light Shop Photography. Who did the pictures for the Sneakerhead Chronicles, and then with you know, shout out to you. We brought you in on that to do the videography piece of it. So y'all make sure, you know, if you need a photographer, you got Kenny. If you need a videographer, you got B Lee right here, B Lee Media, doing that. But the Sneakerhead Chronicles, like I said, me and Kenny was rapping one day, and we were just talking about how, you know, at that time when we started, it was like February, I believe, when we started, February, January. I had just got back into, you know, doing my sneakers or whatever, getting my kicks. And I told him, I was like, you know, we had thought of like just coming up with something to do, because at that time, I think COVID had just hit, and we were still, and we also had went almost right before Ahmaud Arbery had got killed. And so shout out to him and his family. But we started because we wanted to bring some type of camaraderie. It was mostly about mental health. See, that's the thing people don't understand. The whole project really was about mental health. And I'm going to tell you why it's about mental health, not in the traditional sense. I wanted to bring together folks who have like-minded interests, i.e. sneakers, to have something to talk about, dialogue about, to get our minds off of, COVID-19, racial, social injustices going on, just something else different. Because at that time, going on the internet and going on media, it was COVID-19, pandemic, shutdowns. You know what I'm saying? Then the situation is another black man being killed by a police officer. All these different things was going on. That's all you saw every single time on you go on social media or the news. And so I felt like, all right, well, let's just do something that can take our minds off of it. Mm-hmm. And also, I was in a place too where I just wanted to create. I hadn't been creative in a while, and I just wanted to create something that was unique and actually specific for me, because this is my kind of art, and it kind of allows me to be creative with my sneakers. Yeah. And it was the same for Kenny and his photography, just being able to shoot dope shots, lifestyle shots, and still keep working to take his mind off of everything going on in the world. Same thing for you. Giving you opportunity to edit, do videos, come up with different styles and schemes, and give you time to remove yourself from the world to work on something that you love. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so that's the reason behind the Sneakerhead Chronicles, guys. Guys and girls, it was not for us to show off our collection, even though that was a part of it. But the reason wasn't for us to compete and see who had the hottest heat or who had the best collection. This was just a collective movement of people that I know love sneakers coming together, and hopefully people that may like sneakers or don't like sneakers, but see something that was dope and creative, that was positive, that had nothing to do with what was going on in the world today.
Yeah, the way you put it was head on, and I do appreciate you and Kenny for bringing me on the project, because that definitely helped me a lot, just improve my skills as a videographer. Since then, that's really when people started hitting me up. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, you do good work. I got a lot of support behind it, as well as, criticism, but it's criticism that helped me progress.
Right.
And I do appreciate that, because I feel like if I wasn't on this project, I wouldn't have been able to create to find out, okay, do I need more work to do? Mm. Am I good where I'm at? So this process, the project, it definitely helped me creatively, as well as build my love for sneakers again.
Yeah, that was another piece of it too.
Because
they copping every week. They copping every week. Because like, I'm not a quote unquote sneakerhead, and we're gonna get into that. Yeah.
But I love shoes, and Jordans was always my favorite shoe. I was always in a situation where I couldn't get shoes like that. Mm-hmm. My parents, they weren't gonna buy me $200 shoes.
Even was mine. I had to start paying for myself.
So that's how it was for me. And then now that I got the means to do it, I cop a lot now, but it feels
a lot.
But it's good, because that's an expression, because especially in our culture, sneakers is a big part.
Right.
Of us. Like, you may have a nice shirt, pants to go with it, but for us, what's on your feet though?
Yeah, first thing you're checking. Yeah.
Yeah, so
but
that, I
think it's too an expression of ourselves too.
Mm-hmm.
And if you the whole old saying goes, if you look good, you feel good. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that's what brings us together in that sneaker side of it. Is that, regardless if it's Jordans or not, it could be Nikes, could be,
Mm-hmm.
could be Sperry's or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If the shoes look good, it makes the outfit. You can't have like a certain outfit and the shoes don't, hit like the same. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, because for me, it's always been Jordans, Air Max 95s. I'm a 95 guy.
I hear a lot of people say, like, when it comes to Air Maxes, like they really like the 95s. I'm not a big fan of 95s though. Yeah. I like more so the 97.
97, to me, they make your feet look so long. I don't know what it is.
Well, I wear a size 12, so I ain't.
And I wear an
ain't
11.
too much
I'm not.
reducing.
I wear 11 and a half. I'm not that far off from you. It just.
Ain't not too much reducing for me, bro. But you know, I mean, I recently even with the Air Max side of it, I mean, like, I really just last couple of years got more into the Air Max ones, the ones. I've been really wanting them and gotten a couple pair of those and just love them because I feel like the Air Max ones are more comfortable than my 97s. It's me personally, but
Yeah, and we're gonna get into some releases coming out because they got a couple ones that's about to drop.
they do.
Is it this month or next month?
What you talking about? The Mocha ones?
And then they got like a green pair coming out.
Oh yeah,
too.
the green pair. I did see them of yesterday. Matter of fact, they look tough. They look tough. But I gotta focus my energy because I mean, you know what I'm saying. We talk about sneakerheads. You know what I'm saying. You got Adidas sneakerheads, Jordan sneakerheads, Reebok sneakerheads. You know what I'm saying. So like, I'm really waiting on these Reebok questions mids, and I think they come out sometime in August, like the third week of August. I think I need them because I said once Kobe passed away, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant and his family, that I need to cop all my favorite players' sneakers because I don't want something to happen, you know, unexpectedly like with Kobe, and then you go try to buy one of his sneakers and it's like $400 or $500.
Yeah.
So so I'm on a quest right now to cop as many Reebok questions and Reebok answers as I can. My bad, Nike, because if y'all watching, y'all want to try and send an endorsement. I just, you know.
I do want them questions.
Which one?
The red pair.
Oh, the white and red Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want
they're
them.
clean, bro.
And you know, the Barclays, they making a comeback. I do want a pair of them.
CDs, yeah, them those I love them Jones, bro. I want a pair of them. I had a pair. I had the white ones. I was balling. They comfortable shoe.
So I think for me, what I want to know is, what is your definition of a sneakerhead?
I think it's levels, man. And look, man, whatever I say, everybody else, we all got our opinions.
Yeah. Like, what's
So,
your definition?
Whatever
Like,
I say, don't take it to heart. This is just what my feelings and thoughts about sneakerhead is. You know, you can have your opinions. You know, I'm welcome to that. But I think a sneakerhead to me is somebody who thoroughly enjoys and loves sneakers and everything that comes with the sneaker game, the culture, the nostalgia feeling, the history feeling. You embrace all of that as a sneakerhead, and a sneakerhead can be somebody that cops multiple pairs, and then that's somebody that cops only limited pairs. They could be a Jordan sneakerhead. They can get a Nike sneakerhead, Adidas sneakerhead. You know, I know when it comes to sneakerheads, everybody typically thinks of Jordan retros and Nikes and stuff like that, Nike retro and stuff like that. But I think that has transcended now to Yeezys. You feel what I'm saying? Adidas with their different lines. And you know, it has mixed out. But my definition in the era that I grew up in was that, you know, saying you was a sneakerhead if it was pretty much Jordan retros and Nike retros and Nike basketball. That was like your kind of sneakerhead, like that was your sneakerhead picks. And then the most sneakerheads that I knew is they was into the culture. They understood what that 11 stood for, what that 10 stood for, what that 13 stood for, what that 11 stood for. So they can like spill off the cultural impact of the Cherry 12s, of the Concord 11s, of the French Blue 13s. Like they could say that, you know what I'm saying, and tell you why. You know what I'm saying, this color came out, when it came out, when Mike wore, you know, what game he wore, you know, why it's so significant for us. You feel what I'm saying? I think it goes for sneakerhead, man. It's different levels now. But for my original definition from the era I came up in, it was, you know, pretty much Jordan retro, Nike retro, and you were embedded in the culture. You knew the cultural significance of the shoe. You knew the history behind the shoe, and you had specific attention to details when it comes to sneakers. It wasn't just shoes for you.
And that's why I would never consider myself a sneakerhead, because we pretty much came up in the same era as far as sports. You know, you may be, what, 4 or 5 years older than me?
Am I? How old are you?
I'll be 26 next month.
You be 26 next month?
Yeah.
When?
September
When did you
23rd.
grow up? Oh my God. He's 26.
About to be 26. Don't put no age on me right now.
Oh my God.
You thought I was younger than that?
Yeah, I thought you was like still like 23 or something.
No.
Oh man. Okay, yeah, but I mean, yeah, I mean, you came off of our era.
Yeah, so I feel like I don't like there's people my age that know a lot of stuff, but when it comes to like Jordan specifically, like when he wore the shoes, like I got people around me that, oh yeah, he wore these shoes in game whatever, you know, they can say all the stats he got with them shoes. I can't do that. Yes, I watched sports like with my dad when I was younger, like when Jordan was playing, but I was never like focused on, you know, the game and whatever. And that's why I think I have a different relationship when it comes to Jays, because my experience with Jays in particular, now I had common sense. The Jordan 1s, they were the original.
Right.
So I knew the significance for the 1s. The 3s, my experience with the 3s, almost every down south rapper, that was the main Jordan they rocked. 3s.
I never knew that.
Like, I mean, just from observing.
From observing, okay. Yeah, I remember.
Like T.I., Luda, producers like JD, Nelly. Like, if you like watch like their music videos and stuff like that, them boys either got on 3s, 4s, they might got on some 13s or whatever. But like, that was my relationship with J's. And then watching Fresh Prince, Martin, them boys always rock J's.
Yeah.
The movie Space Jam, that's how I fell in love with 11s.
Right.
So I have a different experience with J's. Like, it's like,
But you have a nostalgia experience to them. Because you just what you said. You talk about, you know, Martin, Fresh Prince. You feel what I'm saying? Space Jam. Like that's the other reason I think too that makes us sneakerheads is nostalgia feeling. And that's why I say it's levels. I don't know if you can really define it anymore because there's so many levels to sneakerheads now. Like there are guys out there now that that can tell you, you know what I'm saying, I got the 2020 version of the Flints on there. They can go through and they'll pull up a 2020 Flint and a 2010 Flint and an OG Flint and can tell you, all right, this is why they use tumble level versus, you know what I'm saying, this type of level. They use this type of material versus this type. Like, it gets deep. Much like with you in like the Marvel films. It gets deep. But a lot of us, there's some of us that played ball for so long that was avid fans of Jordan, that's why we know the stats and we know the significance and the cultural significance of the shoe.
yeah.
Much like the Kobe fans, much like the AI fans, like I said, you know, we know the cultural significance of the shoe, why he wore that shoe, when he wore that shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's 45 on these Concords, but, you know, because, you know, from that time it was this 20, like it's small, intricate details. That's what I think separates, you know, like your sneaker, your knowing the intricate details, and almost being an expert in the field, is just like how you separate those sneakerheads versus those who like to collect sneakers, who just like shoes. You know what I'm saying? Versus you could tell me all the history and everything behind Marvel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Versus I just like watching the Marvel films.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just tell me how I need to watch them in order. Put it together for me. Oh, crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to sit here and watch all 5 of them. Versus you going to tell me, well, you know, in the comics it was this, and they did this in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their cult, their religion, per se, that they can speak to, and that makes them like that actual whatever hobby it is, that's what they do. You feel what I'm saying? And sneakers is the same way. And that's what I wanted to highlight with the Chronicles. Sneakers is the sneakerhead society or sneaker community is just like me and my car enthusiast community, just like you and your movie buff and comic community, just like tech and tech side community. Everybody has their silo. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
So what's, I usually say top 3, but I'm gonna make it easy and say what's your top 5 as far as numbers.
11, 12, 13, 3. 11, 12, 13, 3. Man, that fifth one is hard because it can go either 1, 16.
Oh, you going OG.
It was crazy about the 16s is that I love the 16s. I only had 1 pair of them before, 2 pair actually. I never kept them, but I love the 16s. Dang, let me think. The threes is in there because I'm a late bloomer to the threes. Not really, but like as far as like it's always been 11, 12, and 13. Like anybody asks me what's your favorite top 3, 11, 12, 13. It's just automatic. Mm-hmm. That's my favorites. The threes I've grown to love over time, and you know, saying my favorites is the True Blue threes. That's one of my grails. So that's 4. I've grown to love the ones over time, understanding their significance, and just understanding like, okay, if I'm gonna be this, if I got my sneakers, I'm gonna have to have a pair of these ones in my collection. Mm-hmm. So, dang man, I'm still trying to think, man, what's that 5th slot? Not a fan of the 2s. I do enjoy the 4s. And I do enjoy some of the 5s. The 6s I enjoy.
I feel like the 5s is like everyone's least favorite.
It is. A lot of people don't like the 5s. I don't know why.
I love the 5.
And I like the 5s too. I really do. I think because of the side, the weight and the size of the shoe and how it looks, it's hard to pull off. Mm-hmm. You gotta really figure out how to pull them off. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, I like the 10s too, man. Man, that 5th spot is hard, bro. I really can't because it's a toss up, man. It's 11, 12, 13, 3, and it can go 1, 4, 6. Yeah, man, 10, 16s, 17s. I can't choose that 5th one. I don't know. I'm keep thinking about it.
I think for me, top 5 would be 1, 5, 8, 11, 13.
Say it again. 1,
5, 8.
Yeah, I love the H too.
11, 13.
Okay, that ain't bad.
I think those are my 5.
Yeah, I like that. See, I can't choose a 5th one, man, because I love everything 1 through like 1. Like I think 2s is my least favorite, but then at the same time, like the mellow 2s is just like super fire to me. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? And then the OG Chicago 2s is like super fire. So I'm like, I don't know.
I wonder when they're gonna do another release, because I know twos, and then like after 14, you don't get any releases like that.
From what, 2s and 14s?
No, just like you get a lot of releases of 1, and then you skip 2, then you go to 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever.
Yeah.
But then like after 14, you don't really get releases like that.
Yeah. It's about time for them to start retroing the 15s, 16s, and 17s, and 18s, though. Because you got to think, I think they came out, they was a little bit late coming out with them in regards to where we was at sneaker-wise. I got to remember because I think it was a drought a little bit in high school because of where we were at. You know what I'm saying? For Jordans. And then they kind of came back full circle when I went to undergrad.
I didn't realize, I think for me, I didn't realize how much I wanted J's until the Concourse came out in what, 2011?
The Concourse?
Yeah. 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
And that was like the talk in high school. Yo, we about to cop these 11s. And like I said, my parents won't copy me no almost $200 shoes. And I think that's when I realized how much like I really wanted some shoes. Because like I remember in middle school and like early high school, I would want some J's. My mom would be like, I'm not buying you no shoes. Your cousin down the street, you selling them at the back of his trunk.
Oh, wow.
I got them.
We do not support fake J's, even though most of us have bought fake J's.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I didn't, because I did.
Unauthorized, or your man's down the street that's selling them for retail price when they going for $300. Anyway,
I would never forget. And people that went to school with me, if they see this, I don't know if they remember, but I remember I was in 8th grade. I had these purple 5s. They were
grapes?
Yes. No, they weren't grapes, but they had.
I love the grapes.
Yeah, that's what the Fresh Prince grapes. That's my grill. I was so happy when I got them.
That's the differentiator. The Fresh Prince grapes does not have the strings on them. I need the strings in my grape 5s.
And you know what made me so mad with people when they get the Fresh Prince? They put laces in them anyway. I'm like, that defeats the purpose of getting the Fresh Prince 5.
That's also true. But, I mean, I understand there's a grape 5 alternative pretty much. I mean, but it's grape 5s. Oh, man, I need grape 5. Proceed.
But yeah, man, these 5s, oh my gosh, I got roasted so much. But at the end of the day, they was like, they roast me, they fake. But at least you rocking them. We give you that. Like,
oh, the high school days if you come through with fake shoes.
Yes, like I wore fake shoes. I ain't gonna lie.
But see, that's the thing though. Like, if you gonna have fake shoes, if you got fake shoes and you rocking them, ain't nobody really gonna say nothing because you consistently rock fake shoes, right? Mm-hmm. But if you have been known to have real shoes and then you come through with fake shoes, you probably gonna get flamed up.
Mm-hmm. And I don't fall in that category. Like I said, I never had J's. So when I came through with my fakes on, it was like I got roasted, but it was like, okay, at least you rocking them, right?
Yeah.
So because I remember I think it was a pair of 3s, and they was fakers on the wet because the Jumpman was tie-dye.
Oh my God!
The Jumpman was tie-dye. I was in 10th grade, man.
You can laugh. Tie-dye. Hey, look, at least you didn't have, you know what I'm saying, the wait. At least you had the see-through jokes. Like, what see-through? They used to fog up. Yo.
They were 7s, and cats used to wear them at the YMCA. They were hooping them, and they were clear.
They were fogged up.
We could see their socks through them. So like halfway through the game, somebody was like, "Yo, man, turn your defrost on," because his shoes fogged up. Yo, it was so embarrassing.
Yes.
Side note, people, we got our boy Baz in the back. Baz, you can show your face.
Oh, what up?
Yeah, my guy. Yeah, that's my sneaker guy.
The random boys.
Random boy. But yeah, I mean, I had dude argue me down about the clear Jordans and how he's like, nah, they real. They Jordans, right? I was like, they don't make clear J's. What are you talking about?
So bad.
Why are your socks dirty?
And that was the worst though. Like, yeah.
You will rock clear, and cats will rock clear J's with dirty socks. Matter of fact, man, that I'm gonna tell you right now, you got the most confidence in the world if you can do that, bro. More power to you, man.
You got to have the socks.
Oh man.
Wear clear shoes, man.
Oh my God, man. Yeah.
But yeah, man.
So do you think that the only reason now I'm gonna see where we at from a sneakerhead side. Do you think the only reason you bought J's was because you were influenced by J's, or you bought them because you really wanted it? Back in high school, like you really wanted to be somebody with J's, or somebody with the sneak. Like, did the peer pressure of not having the fly sneakers?
Oh no, it was never that. I feel like for me, I just liked them. Like just, I didn't want them because everybody else had them.
Mm-hmm.
It was more of a like, I just really want these shoes. Like, yes, I would see everybody copping them, and I'm like, man, like I really wanted them Jones.
Yeah.
Now I feel left out because I ain't got them.
Yeah.
I did have that feeling, but I didn't want the Cherry 12 just because Trey had the Cherry 12s.
Right.
It was never that.
Right.
So I think that's how it was.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I said, you growing up, like you said, being a fan of Jordan and just understanding, with shoes, like you like I've been having J's since like elementary, primary school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I got used to that. And then, I understand and following Mike, I wanted to be like Mike. So I wanted to have all his Jordans. Mm-hmm. When AI came out, had his shoes, I wanted all his shoes. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. LeBron, same way. You know what I'm saying? So it was never about, even though I wanted to be the first, of course, we all want to be the one first pair to rock, you know what I'm saying? The J's, when they first come out, who going to rock them the first day? Who got so many? But, at the end of the day, it was still about the culture for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I used to some of y'all not gonna remember. You remember Kicksology.net? You know what I'm saying? Where you used to go on the little site and they'll break down all the shoes, Nike, Jordan. They'll break them down. Talk all the specs and dimensions. And, tinker. Who created them? What fabric they used. Man, that joint was fire back in the day. That's all we had. We didn't have no high-speed internet, so we just had dial-up so we could just look at that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I was always on that, like every Sunday. Every Sunday I ain't doing nothing. I'm on Kicksology looking at kicks. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to follow and trying to figure out how to get them. Now, granted, my mom and them, they'll buy my kicks, but like it got to a point where like my foot was growing crazy. They was like, look, we can't keep buying you new J's every year. So I started working. And that's how I was buying my kicks. I get my kicks that way, man. And I think my mom probably bought me one pair of J's in college after that, and then everything else been me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like as far as like my parents and their reasoning for not buying me shoes. As far as my mom, I feel like my mom wanted to buy me shoes because as far as like the clothes and stuff that I wore, she was more up to date. Like, she understood I wanted to be in the trend. Like, I didn't want to be left behind.
Yeah.
And most mothers, they know how it feels to be left behind in trends, and they don't want their children to be like that. But I just feel like they knew how it was with shoes. Like, I'm going to buy this boy $200 pair of shoes. He going to dog them up in like a month. Mm-hmm. Plus his foot growing.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was part of the reasoning on my mom's half. My dad's half, I feel like just cheapness. like, oh, they $200? Nope.
My dad was hip. Like, my dad was hip. He knew I was into sneakers. He's into sneakers too. A little bit, not crazy, man. But I tell a story. Everybody, I don't know what y'all call, whoever's watching, I don't know what y'all call Air Force Ones. But
nice.
what we call them around our way is flays. And so, all white flays, some people call them Uptown, some people call them Forces, whatever. So that was a big thing. You probably bought 2 pair of flays every school year. Yep. Like you bought 2 pair. I would buy a low pair, and then I go a mid pair, whatever. And so my dad, man, he this around the time, probably like 10th, 11th grade, man, Converse had made a comeback, which is crazy because Converse now is owned by Nike, but Converse made a comeback, the All-Star Pros. So growing up in my dad's generation, that's all they had was Converse. That's all they hooped in. The Magic and Bird was endorsing them. Doc had them for Dr. J. Julius Erving for the young kids, and Magic, Irvin Johnson, and Larry Bird, because you guys, I don't know if you guys know those people. But
definitely in the new generation.
Yeah, I gotta remember, man. These guys don't know. might not know these people, but that was him. So they came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I probably was in like this, they're going like into the second half of the year. And my dad was like, I told my dad specifically, I was like, I need another pair of Air Force, you know, some Flays.
Mm-hmm.
So the picture, Pop, need the Air Force, need these. That's all I want. They ain't number 80. This was before Nelly came out with song Air Force Ones and increased the stock on Air Force Ones. Nelly is a rapper. Remember him. You know, he made Country Grammar and EI and Hiding Here for the young folks.
These young folks, they ain't gonna know who Nelly is.
But he made a song called Stomping in My Air Force Ones. People don't remember Air Forces and Flays was like $60.
That's why
$67.
that was like the easiest shoe my parents would cop.
You know, and you got your white and black pair. Baz used to have all black pair all the time. That's all he used to wear before he came to really got it. He was a black forces guy.
Look, if you wear black forces,
He's a black forces guy. And now y'all know the whole meme that goes on Twitter, you know, on social media about who got black forces, but he's not that type of person. Anyway, he got black forces, right? But he changed his way. So look. My dad, right? I told my dad I want some Flays, some white Flays. And he was like, all right, bet. My dad goes out and purchases the Converse Weapon Pros, all white. Mm-hmm. Now, I am in high school. B. Everybody know I got kicks, or at least wear J's and Nikes. That's what I do. So now I pulled the box like, what are those? I was like, oh my God, man. So I told my mom, I was like, yo, man, Pop's tripping, man. He got me some Converses, man. We don't wear no Converse. I wanted some Flays. Mom, they was only $60. Like, I wasn't even asking for no expensive shoes. And so she was like, man, look, just wear them for a couple months just to say, you know, you wore them, and I'll get you some later on. I was like, what am I going to wear with these Converses, Mom? Bruh, so I made it work, man, for a couple times, man, and luckily I ain't get flamed to my knowledge. I don't remember unless somebody said something. And maybe somebody went to high school with me might say it, if they remember, you know, if I got flamed. I don't remember getting flamed, but I had to throw the fit on to make sure. So, like, I'll throw on a throwback jersey or a white tee with the Converse. Luckily, you couldn't see the symbol, though, because it was like you had to really look at them to see. So I don't know if people didn't know if it wasn't because it was all white.
So the base was kind of like the same.
Yeah, the base was all white. You couldn't tell. You
So
couldn't
it
see it.
covered the
Yeah.
okay.
And we had baggy jeans back then, so you really couldn't. Mm-hmm. So I made it work, man. But I tell that story because my dad was always buying me some off-brand stuff, man, and knowing darn well how I gave it up from a sneaker side. So it's funny.
All right, so that sounds like something my dad would do. I will never forget. I was in 5th grade, and I remember asking him for a pair of J's because I think when did the Raptor 7 come out? I was young.
Multiple times. I can't keep up with the Raptor 7s.
They either came out in 02.
It's been a while.
I know I was in elementary school when they dropped. I wanted the Raptor 7s. This man went to Walmart.
He got you the Shaq 7.
And it was a pair of Shaqs. I was like,
He got you the Shaqs. Ain't nothing wrong. Hey, look, nothing wrong with the Shaqs. Shaqs get your money. Shaq's got shit. You know, Shaq got the Jones. He got Siemens on the Jones now. He got Jones like Yeezys. He got Jones like the 3s. I can't knock it, man.
I was even in middle school when he bought me 2 pairs of Shaqs, and then, you know, with him, I had no choice but to wear the shoes.
Yeah, no choice but to wear them. Parents,
I
man.
said, man.
See, I think that's one of the reasons too. I think when I started getting my own money, you know, so granted, my parents took care of me. I didn't have to pay for a lot, so my work when I was working, it was nothing but free money for me to do whatever I wanted to. Mm-hmm. I was like, nah, I'm going to buy my own shoes. And I'll send my dad. Matter of fact, I remember sending my dad and him down to get some 19s on the SC junks when I had to work one day. And I was like, nah, take Bass. Here's the bread. Take Bass. Go get my 19s, bro. And my dad stood in line for me. So if I did my dad like that, he'll be fine. But like if I had to rely on him to give me a pair of shoes.
And speaking of
Yeah.
speaking of copping shoes, like, you know, nowadays we got apps that we can just literally
Unlimited.
just cop shoes on. You know, we got StockX, GOAT, sneakers, plus, you know, your typical Foot Locker, Foot Action.
Sneakers.
Yeah, I've been copping.
Update
man.
your app.
Yeah, and how was it back then? Like before all the apps, before all the flipping sites and all that stuff. Like I said, I'm new to the game as far as like copping.
Mm-hmm.
So when you was like in high school, like how was it? Like, was there like a certain formula where, okay, you had to wake up at like 6 in the morning,
Yes.
make sure you at the mall by like
Yes. Yes.
So tell me about that.
Back in my day. Back in my day, we had to stand in line for our sneakers.
You ain't get them, you ain't get them.
And you ain't get them, you ain't get them. And guess what?
No resale.
And guess what? If you ain't get them, they wasn't coming out for another 5 years. So it's crazy, man. Because me and Baz talk about it all the time, man. Because because at that point in time, now granted, you gotta think from a regional aspect. We are in Central Virginia. We didn't have high-speed internet. We had dial-up, so you really couldn't order anything offline. And then, so all we had was, you know, Spotsy Mall and then Richmond VCC, you know, and stuff like that. And so at the time, y'all, back in the day when Spotsy had like Foot Action and all of them, you know, you could probably get a couple kicks, you know, there. But there was a period of time at Spotsy Mall where they was not getting J's. So like, cause Foot Action left a long time ago, and they only had Finish Line and Foot Locker. So for a period of time, they weren't getting no J's or no Nike Retros. Then DTLR came, but DTLR came probably after high school, I think, to Spotsy, but it was at VCC. So I would get kicks, you know. I would have to go down to Richmond to get my kicks if I went to DTLR and to other places like that. Ordering offline, it was pretty much non-existent because we had dial-up.
Mm-hmm.
So I when I talked to you guys last time about it, we talked about region. Our access to kicks was tougher being in this area, in the Caroline area, because we had to really travel to go get those kicks.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? In Richmond, mainly in Richmond, because again, there was a period of time, I don't know if guys remember, that Spotsy Mall was not really, you couldn't get no kicks like talking about it. It wasn't until they got DTLR up there. I'm sorry, they had the Sports Zone and then DTLR up there.
I don't know Sports Zone.
When they got Sports Zone, that's when they started getting more releases. So like you get the Foam Positive wave, all the Nike Retro wave, and then the J's, they was getting that. Even back in the infant stages of, and you know, like eBay, people was buying, selling on there, but the infrastructure that eBay has now is just night and day compared to what when we started with it in the infant stage. Like you could do only so much with eBay in high school at that time. You feel what I'm saying? And it was a lot harder to buy and sell. Well, it was a lot harder to sell back then versus how it is to buy now on it. We didn't have StockX or anything like that. We had some other places like Nike Talk, which is a really OG. I wasn't even on Nike Talk, but I got homies that was on Nike Talk, where you can buy, sell, and trade and stuff like that. It was another site, I just can't remember, that you could buy, sell, and trade too. They had like forums. So back then it was heavy on the forum side, where you do your buying and selling. And then, like I said, we had to go in. Like, I remember when I first got my Concords, not this version. I think the 2010, yeah, 2010 versions. When I got those, at that time, Nike was releasing, and I had a little internet now. I had a little, fast speed internet a little bit at this time. that and see, I'm saying that's the thing. Access. Like I didn't get fast internet to like what 07, 08? Yeah, like we didn't get no fast speed internet here until 07, 08. You know what I'm saying? So I remember back then in the infant stages of Nike.com before we had sneakers, they would drop Jordan releases at midnight.
I remember you telling me that.
So they would drop Jordan. So you had to be online. You stay up till midnight. Luckily, I would work 3 to 11, and I'll just stay up, and then I'll just be on that joint and get through. And so, but if not, and at that point in time too, we had to go get sneakers. We went to Richmond at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to go get Concords. And that year, I think only one person got them. Because at that point in time, then Spotty and them had started, getting sneakers again. Mm-hmm. But there was again, during our high school era, like there was a time where we had limited access to kicks, and you really had to go seek them out. You know what I'm saying? Or you had to, you probably knew somebody work at Finish Line, Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying? Somebody worked at Detail Law, whatever, or worked at Sports Zone down the road that you could, do your thing. But it was it's hard being a sneakerhead in Carolina.
Yeah, because I remember
it's super hard.
Yeah, because I remember in high school, like I said, I wasn't copping kicks in high school, but people around me was copying kicks, and I would just hear what they would say, like, ask my mom if they can get these for me. I gave them the money. They're gonna, stand in line for me to cop the shoes. Like,
they ain't had no raffles.
Yeah,
you had to get there. I remember Altitude 13s in 05. And Detail, nobody had them but Detail Law. Not even the Foot Locker or the Finish Line down in VCC. Detail Law was the only ones that had them. So when you get down there, I had to get down there at like 7 o'clock. I woke up on a Saturday morning, and I went down there around like 7 o'clock, and I stood in line till probably like 9 o'clock. No raffle tickets, and
they better hope your size
and
is
better
still
hope
there.
your size was still there. I was wearing size 12 at that point, so I had a bigger size, but they only made limited sizes.
Limited size.
They had the limited release thing starting up around that time, so they would only make so many sizes in certain pairs. And typically for size 12, you only get 2 or 3 pair per store. You know what I'm saying? So I came up lucky. I don't know what number in line I was, but I was down there early. Sat outside the mall. Mind you, I did this all by myself. I should have probably had somebody with me. Sat outside the mall, waited till they open, and then sat outside the Detail Law store in VCC and waited till they opened up the gate to get in.
And now you can just wait till 10 o'clock straight and just
and
hope you get through.
Or if I don't get through the sneakers, I can go ahead and all right, I'm gonna go ahead and pay this resale real quick.
Yeah.
It's so many options, man, nowadays, man, to get kicks. Like we didn't have that unlimited access to say if those don't come out, I'm gonna just go on StockX or GOAT and pay resale or wait till they come back out again a year or two later, because at that point in time, JB was not dropping. It served me, my memory's correct, but in high school, in middle school, JB was not dropping that back to back like they're doing now. It was far more spread out. You know what I'm saying?
Now you get releases every single week.
Yeah.
Like 3 releases a week.
True Blues back in 01, they first came out in 8th grade for me. Mm-hmm. They didn't come back out until 2011. You know what I'm saying? Concords, I think, outside the OG pair, 96 pair, and then
2010.
2010.
And
you know
then
what I'm saying?
they came out in 2019? Yeah. 2018.
Yeah. Flint's, I think it was 04, 05.
98, 05, and then
98, 05,
2010
and 2020. Yeah. So we got waited for 10 years for the Flints on these. I don't know why they did that, but,
I'm just waiting for them Raptor 7s to come back.
But see, they retroed them a couple times, though. But I'm saying, though, back then, though, and especially for here in Carolina, we only had two options. We had Richmond or Fredericksburg, and they wasn't really developed from a sneaker side, Fredericksburg wise. So we had to go to Richmond, but JB was not dropping joints back to back like they are now. They wasn't. They was just taking. And at one point in time, they wasn't dropping. Like they was just chilling. Like I think when he came back to the Wizards, you had the 17s and 18s, and then like I feel like 04, like from 01 to like 03, he was just chilling, or we just didn't have access to him down here. And then like 04, 05, going to 6, 7, they started opening it back up and giving out more access. But I really feel like, and it might just be the access thing. It might be an access thing. I don't think he was shipping, we wasn't getting that many Jordans down here from 01 to 03 down here in this area.
Yeah, because I feel like people in like the major cities like Richmond City, what's another major city? Charlotte, New York, DC,
LA, Miami,
ATL. They was probably getting releases like that.
And somebody can quote me, I don't know, but I really feel like I was in high school from 02 to 06. They just, like, Jordan stopped for a minute.
But they weren't retros. They were still OGs. Think about it. 17s was OGs and OGs.
17s was,
so they're still
that's right.
building though.
That's right.
They literally were 17s were for 2002.
Yeah.
Because it's 02. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now we're in just a retro stage.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
Yeah, they were OGs still.
They were still OGs. 17s, 18s, 19s.
So 02, you're gonna get 17s.
20s.
03, you're gonna get 18s.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So they were still moving through the numbers.
It's a new model. That's the one you're gonna get.
Yeah.
With it might be one or two retros sprinkled in, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wasn't as heavy on the retros as they are now.
Yeah,
they're crazy on the retros now. Like, I mean, but they've also capitalized on our nostalgia, and for all the OG sneakerheads or people that in general, you know what I'm saying.
So, OG, triple OG. What's next for you, man? Like, for the OG Sneakerhead Chronicles, was it what we did? Was that it? Is there something else on the way? What's up, man? What's up? Talk to me.
I can't give out everything, man. I can't.
Nah, don't give out. Just like
there's so a part of the OG Sneakerhead Chronicles was the first phase into this new brand that I'm trying to work. It's called Refresh brand. And so what Refresh is pretty much taking all of my hobbies and interests and blending them into one, along with bringing in a mental health component. So how we did in Sneakerhead Chronicles and how it ties back to mental health in some form of fashion is pretty much part of the Refresh brand. And you think about anything that refreshes is something that's new, takes that's fresh, that's starting over. You know what I'm saying? And so I took that and kind of just it just encompasses everything I wanted to do. It also encompasses it encompasses the Sneakerhead Chronicles. It encompasses the new project that I'm doing called the Car Talk series, where I'll be rebuilding my BMW 330 E46, and then it's also going to have a coffee component to it, because I love coffee as well, and you put all this thing into this one brand, and because I'm really big on. I've been trying to figure out for years how I could blend all my hobbies and interests into mental health. I'm really big on mental health, and I just felt like, these things, these vices, these things we spend our money on that's materialistic in some form of fashion, right? Still has a value to us, and they make us feel good, right? And we're happy when we have these things, or it's an experience when we have these things, or it's a sneaker con where we just kick it with people, that saying we have common interests and kicks, whereas going to a coffee shop and we just vibing and chilling and just having great conversation, or whether it's going to a car meet, and meeting other car enthusiasts, who share the same passion. So that's pretty much refresh, but it's really taking those hobbies and interests and really looking at how that affects our mental health. And so that's what's next up. Right now, I've transitioned to the Car Talk series, so I'll be doing a series of posts, hopefully some videos too of that rebuild.
Just let me know.
Yeah, for sure. And Sneakerhead Chronicles, man, a lot of people have asked us, like, are we going to do a second one where we highlight, we go back and do the same thing we did the first time. Shout out to everybody that participated the first time. We appreciate all of you guys who participated. Men and women, if you feel what I'm saying. We try to highlight everybody, man. It was just dope. It wasn't intentional on, like, excluding folks. It's just, it really took off. It started booming, and like, everybody was like, nah, I want to be a part. And by the time we got so many, inquiries to be a part of it, we was trying to shut it down because we just wanted to make it, make it kind of concise. And so, we'll have that conversation to see if we'll do a second round of it. I think for me, for the Sneakerhead Chronicles going forward, I want to go more deep into the Refresh brand, and I want to do something alongside. I will give you guys this tidbit. I want to do almost a localized sneaker con at some point, and I'll say that's all I'll say about that. But that's what I want to do at some point, and what that looks like, I'll let y'all know. But that's where we have a Sneakerhead Chronicles. That's where we're at with the Refresh brand, and what this whole thing means.
That's what's up.
It's deep, man. It's deeper than just the collection, man. It's deeper than the collection, man.
Yeah, man, that's good, man.
A lot of people don't really understand that. I'm glad we did this because there was so much, there was so many DMs and questions and just kind of a misunderstanding
and
around.
Now they know.
Yeah, now they know.
And, I didn't want this to be like interview style. I just wanted it to be like a conversation. But that's what most interviews do. It brings everything to light of what, other people's conceptions of what something is.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think we did a good job of our conversation piece. It feel like an interview. It just sounded like you in my house again. And have a conversation. That's it.
Yeah, and I wanted, and you, let me get my thoughts together. You know me. You know me.
About to say something crazy.
Yeah, I be getting ready to say something crazy, man. But for me, this was kind of like a test because, in college, I took journalism, and plus, like, I like watching interviews. Like, I love watching Breakfast Club, Sway in the Morning, like Hot 97 with Ebro. That's like, I love watching those interviews. And by me taking journalism in college, even though that wasn't my major, but I took those classes, and I just, I got the degree. I took those classes. Let me apply that,
Absolutely.
So I think I may not do this like all the time, but I do want to incorporate this, with my YouTube and just with my overall brand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I don't just want to be a YouTuber or a videographer. I want to be somebody that, people can talk to.
Right.
I want to be that person, and, later down the line, I got some film stuff I want to talk to. I'm going to get with Kenny and you, because I know you want to talk about the Fast and Furious series.
Yeah, y'all got to let me in this Fast and Furious series. What y'all not going to do is do this Fast and Furious review and not let the car guys in. You feel what I'm saying? And just don't even know about the R34 Skylines, B. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what you mean? Like the Mazda RX-7s, the different type of challenges and charges in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like
Naturally aspirated versus turbo.
Naturally aspirated versus turbo. Do you guys even
All this
understand
shit,
it?
drive,
Yeah, I mean, y'all don't even know nothing about that. Y'all need me. I can just be there for 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? 2 minutes. And I can just explain the difference between, you feel what I'm saying, the 70 Charger versus the 75.
And this is the car enthusiast part that I introduced in the beginning of the video.
The R33 Skyline, R34 Skyline, we can't get them over here in the States just yet. You feel what I'm saying? It's like,
Well, we can't get those in the States.
You want to tell them? Go ahead, tell them, Trey, why we can't get them here yet.
Because they have, it's a certain standard the U.S. likes for their cars to have,
The U.S.
and they are not up to code.
Some country.
Code technically coming from
That we
overseas,
live in.
unless it's a certain time period. I believe it's 2021.
Should be next year.
Next year we can get the R34s. Best GTR R34. Thank the blue GTR Skyline that Paul drove.
Godzilla.
Yes, different variations of Godzilla though.
The one that dropped down is the R35, right? That dropped down and what's that?
We going old school.
Yeah, oh my god. Oh, you got me hyped. Oh, man.
God, he dropped that joint down so
Yes, he
amazing.
dropped that joint.
R.I.P. to Paul Walker, man. That was.
Oh my God.
All right, this is the Fast and Furious.
Twin turbo.
Yeah, this is the Fast and Furious.
turbo.
Yeah, we transition quick from shoes.
3.8
Like,
twin turbo.
Fast and Furious, what shoes? Like,
Twin.
we was like,
It's twin turbo 3.8 engine, handcrafted,
undefeated, right?
undefeated,
Lost once, I'm sorry.
and only people that touch this engine is one person that touched this engine. Nobody else touched the engine when they build it. It is undefeated unless you would go get a McLaren.
McLaren is the only thing to beat it.
A McLaren. It's a 60, 70, maybe $100,000 car. I can get it.
So a Lambo couldn't even beat it?
No.
Lambo couldn't touch no GTR.
GTR is like 7 or 8.
The GOAT.
Look up the world's greatest drag races. Godzilla
Boom.
is a monster. That all-wheel drive system is incredible.
That's one of my one of my car
You
dreams.
should not be able to get that much power out of a V6.
It's crazy, man. Twin turbo 3.8. And it's
Anyway.
clean. It's all-wheel drive.
Anyway, we're gonna save this conversation.
Sorry.
We're gonna save this conversation for the Fast and Furious talk. That's gonna be where we highlight all the films because we were gonna get the 9th film this year, but due to COVID, it got pushed back till next year, which sucks, man. Because
Thanks,
I feel
Laura.
like this film was really gonna like reveal a lot.
Because they're bringing a lot of old people back, right?
Yeah, they're bringing a lot of old people back, but that's for another video, okay?
I'm
Which
trying to
that-
figure out.
Yeah.
I got my questions and thoughts because I personally think that Fast and Furious guys are the Avengers, and Dom Toretto is he's actually
Man.
an Avenger and he's a mutant and he has the Family Stone.
Family Stone. Okay, we're gonna save this. Hey, look.
Oh, hey, beer game. He also has. Did he just what? Stone. He just,
Yeah.
He just what? Did you jump
I mean,
across 8
I
highways,
mean,
10 stories up?
Who
With
goes
a
across a
windshield?
cliff and tells the other girl to buckle up? She got a helmet and she comes out
Black eye, no
unconscious.
shoe,
He ain't got nothing.
And a tank top.
He's a mutant.
You're facing
He's
the
probably
wrong
an
way.
X-Men. He probably has Wolverine's genes.
Yeah. You're facing the wrong way. Am I? Yeah.
We're gonna talk about this. Matter of fact,
Family Stone.
Then they dragged the whole safe. to
A
Rio
safe?
with a charger.
Now let's just real
now
quick.
disclaimer,
Two safes.
disclaimer.
Two safes.
No disclaimer because money was in the
Disclaimer
first
what?
safe and then they swapped it out.
It
Either way,
doesn't
it's a
matter.
safe.
Yeah,
It's a
safe.
Every safe means you can't
It
get
is a
it.
safe.
You ain't moving.
This isn't the right video for this. All right, look.
No, wait a minute. Before we go, with
10 seconds.
2 Dodge Charger SRT 8s, you cannot tell me that a Dodge Charger SRT 8, which probably has 700 something horses,
No,
is going to be able
that
to
one.
pull 2 safes. Anyways,
Around the city. Through a whole city.
around the city.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching.
And then he moved it by himself. Let's go back to that. Remember that?
Bass,
Sorry.
what was the first rule before this video started?
There are no rules.
There are no rules.
All right, shut it down.
OG Sneakerhead Chronicles, refresh, all of that, B.
Nah, but Trey,
Don't wear
man,
fake shoes.
Trey, I definitely appreciate you, for letting me use your space.
Absolutely.
to,
Use my
to-
space all the other times.
Yes, I sleep on your floor and all that other
Yes.
good stuff. Open your fridge, get whatever.
Yes.
Surprised you haven't slapped me
Therapy.
yet. Yeah, man, this is my therapy couch.
Yeah, I'm sending invoices. That's not an invitation. No.
But nah, man, this talk was good, man. Anything you like to add?
Nah, man, I think it was a good time, man. It was an amazing time. I hope this clarified and clears some things up about the Sneakerhead Chronicles, man. Again, we appreciate all this love and support. Thank you to everybody who participated. Thank you for the videography and everything you did for this moment. Thank you, Kenny, for everything you did for the photography side of it. Hit them boys up for all your photography and videography needs. I'm not using nobody else. And, you know, if you go through me, I'm taxing. But, you know, hey, they got their own rates. And so... but I appreciate you guys, man, because like I said, you guys, when I have a vision, you guys are able to make that happen, and I don't have to do much explaining. I say I want this, I want that, and I'm like bet, and y'all amplify it.
Yeah, and then we boss you around in the process.
They also boss me around. I don't understand that I'm the one who brought this to them, and then I gotta get bossed around. But you know, it's a great working relationship. It's like. Anyway, whatever. And anyways, it's like Mike, Scotty, and Horace. Like, you know, I don't know.
I'm Dennis Rodman.
He is Dennis Rodman.
I'm Dennis Rodman.
But see, I'll take that. That one right there is not Dennis Rodman. That one over there is Scotty. So, I mean, you know, it's just, you know.
I'm the rebound. I'm just a guy in the cut, and I come in when it's needed.
I'm so glad I know the reference.
Yeah. Last Dance. And see, The Last Dance should tell y'all about the cultural significance of these things right here. You know what I'm saying? So,
and yeah, in The Last Dance, I know I'm trying to end this video, but The Last Dance, it definitely, like I said, I watched some of the Michael games. I was just never deep into Michael's career.
Yeah.
And this documentary definitely.
but that's because you're not a hooper. So
Yeah.
like hoopers relate to that.
Yeah.
And that's why I said the sneakerhead thing is different, you know, especially for hoopers, because
Yeah.
it's just we feel we take it differently, and rightfully so. There are fans who don't hoop that love Mike too, but
Yeah.
like when you play basketball and then you follow your favorite player, they gotta sit in your shoes. You try to emulate and follow every single thing that they do and have. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the game. That's the culture. And don't y'all ever forget. Don't y'all ever doubt the influence of black culture on sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Because that comes.
We started this.
It's all coming from African Americans. It all comes.
Brother Trey coming out. Brother Trey coming.
It comes from our influence. It's our swag. How we wear these kicks. What we do with these kicks. How we wear the outfit. Y'all owe us everything when it comes to this sneakerhead thing. Don't ever get it twisted. And it wasn't for Mike, this game was sneaker game, wouldn't be where it is right now.
We appreciate that, Brother Trey.
Yes, sir. Black Lives Matter. How about that?
Yes, they do. Our lives matter.
And rest the officers that killed Breonna Taylor.
Please do.
Yeah. So
That's all we want. We just want justice. We don't want a name change of a bedroom. Like
yeah, that's cool and all.
yeah.
We take the statues down. That's cool and all.
Yeah.
We about to take the statue down.
We
out
just
in
want
Bowling Green,
justice.
Virginia.
We just want to stop being killed.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, that's all we
But
ask.
it's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? And as much as y'all love the game of basketball and the culture that the African Americans have made the game of basketball,
They
all
love our
sports,
culture, but they don't love us.
you know what I'm saying? Anyways, go ahead and end this thing. Because you want to turn this into a sneaker. OG sneaker.
Dog, we went
or do
from-
you want from a racial social justice?
Dog, we went from sneakers
What
to
you
fast
want?
and
What you
furious
want, man?
to-
That's what we do. It's the refresh brand, man. That's what it is, man.
But thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed this talk. Definitely be on the lookout. I'm gonna do this again. Just don't know when. I'm gonna definitely have the boy Kenny with us to talk about some stuff. But yeah, it's your boy B Lee. Catch y'all later.